Venkata Manoj, E. Padmanabh, Himanshu, Joe P. Matthew, Mohammad Waqif, Ratan, Sanchit Kejriwal, Akriti Khanna, Anisha Sankar, Diksha, Maria Tony Philip, Monisha R, Neha Goel, Nisreen, Resma Roy, Samuel A, Aditya Banka, Anto K, Raghunandan, Edwin K.S., Mohsin H, Sasank Verma, Sandeep, Ankita Malu, Fatima, Meghana, Pooja Raghu, Shruti Ganguly, Sneha S. Pai, Abhishek R, Akshay Kumar, Nivesh B.N, Sangram S, Aswini M, Mamta S, Nasreen Banu, Saujanya, Supriya K, Vedapriya M, Vidya Rao, Sumant Manjunath, Sanjana Karthik, Srinath K, Asak Roy, Aswas Bhargava, Gokul Balachandran, Job Samuel, Kritika Y, Ritobrita Dev, Vijay Ranjani, Abby Thomas, Syed Abdul, Saran, Silpa S, Alan Bosco, Aswini Maheswari, Fazil P, Jinu M, Saurav Jaiswal, Tejas G, Vishnu Vijay, Rajkumar A, Nayantara KV, Roslyn K, Shreya Tukral, Arpita G, Arpita Patnaik, Tejas V, Vatsana S, Vikas B, Gayatri S, Sonio David, Veena Kumari, Fareen Rasid. BCom FNA Section B, Aldin Santo, Josie P, Akhil, Kevin K. Matthew, Melvin K. Matthew, Mohit Bora, Pranav, Ravi Teja, San, Vishnu Vignesh, Aishwarya Agarwal, Gloria Jason, Ranu Munka. She is the topper of the program with 3.71 CGPA. Reba Mariam, Resma, Ria Joshi, Salu George, Susmita, Priya Darsani, Gaurav Kumar Vavna, Hussein K.A., Mohammad Farzeen, Nova Roshan, Pujit G. Anchal, Sucharit P., Surya P. Kandula, Akshita M. Jain, Arfa Anjum, Dhanya Fatima, Rakshan A.R., Sonal, Sunku Ujwala, Kartik Sharma, Muturaju, Shravan S., Vinay Kumar, Chaitra L., Medha S. Sharma, Pavitra S., Renita, Soumya N., Susmita Sri, Avilas R., Shruti M.V., Ajit Matthew, Sabhyasi Das, R. Rohit, Anusa Davla, Pavitra R., Manish V., Animes L., Dilrub John, Karan Botra, Sai Sandeep, Uday Veerpunta, Chirag Sanda, Rajesh S., Sachin Paul, Tessa Kurian, S. Surya, Taranjit Singh, Asik PJ, Alagapan S., Deepak CM, Hamza Masud,
BBA F&A, Antara Sneh, she's also the class topper with a CGPA of 3.39. Arushi Dubey, Diksha Jaiswal, Dilnawaz Ali, Joel Anthony Jose, Namdasi Patel, Naitik Kumar Pincha, Prem Prashant Panikar, Prithvi Devanandan, Ridhiman Singh, Rishabh Mehta, Rochelle Dominic, Rohan Grover, Shivanshu Jain, Vansh Sani, Vedant Surendra Ladda, Vinod Prasad, Zainab, Binita Reddy, Yuvraj Varadia, Nitin Ajit Saria, Purvi Jawar, Reshma S. Kumar, Shweta Chaudhary, Sneha Bhattacharjee, Valerie Priscilla Moses, Shobhit Singhal, Tahir Mohammad Rafi, Sneh Botra, Dan Matthew Matai, Lakshmi Ashok, Sakshi Agarwal, Vikram R, Surabhi Jain, Swati Shiva, Shubhanshu Agarwal, and Rajshri Bhattar. MSc Actuarial Science, Monica Rao, Padma S, Tata Ellen Carlson, who has also topped the class with a CGPA of 3.96, and Smriti Shekhar.
I request the candidates of BBA Tourism and Travel Management to receive your graduation certificates from the Chancellor according to your turn.
Abhijit Majumdar, Abhinand Wilson, Abhi Chako Anian, Akhil Jibin, Alex George, Arjun Allen, Charles Titus, Danny P. Jose, Don Chaco Vatamala, K. Varun, K.V. Rajan, Manu Johnson, Rakin Varghese Panikar, Muhammad Atif Ahmad, Muhammad Mudassir, Farag Kakha, Rins John, Sheikh Sabas Ahmad, Tenzin Konchak, Gogol Raj A, Lokesh VR, Nagasomesh SN, Vaishak M, Vaibhav Malhotra, Dichin Yangzon Tuldar, Mehvish Ahmad, Natalie S. Sikura, Neha Kaveri MD, Ocean Loudon, Rihanna Anna Thomas, Rida Fatima, Andrea Gomez, Yunus Khaled Ismail, Ocean Annie Sam, Farzana, Kainat Karim, Kritika Solanki, Likita Wagis, Lubna Fatima, Roshni D. Batavia, Vaishnavi Radhakrishnan, Brinda Srinivas, Chinmayi B. Raj, Yashika Kushal, Babita S.H., Lekha R., Madhusudan Bagri, KJ Sajani, Rashmi R. secured the first rank with CGPA of 3.76. V. Jagannath Reddy, Nigel Batra, Akshay Kumar R, Muhammad Ismail, Tashi Gyaso, Joshin Douglas, Amber F. Sunka, Sri Lakshmi Japali, Shimrit Worki Matthew, Anisha Sridharan, Anita Maria Joy, Anirudh Shetty, Jelvin John, Anthony Naveen J, Praveen N, Rahul R.
I request all the candidates graduated to the various degrees to kindly stand up. I invite Father Chancellor to confer admission of degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chancellor of Christ University, I hereby admit you to the various degrees, having been examined, certified, and approved by Christ University under the Deanery of Commerce and Management. I prevail on you that ever in your life and conversation you show yourselves worthy of the degree awarded.
Please remain standing. In your convocation ceremonial handbook, please turn to page 7 for the graduation pledge. I request the Associate Dean of Department of Commerce, Professor Thomas Joseph, to administer the pledge.
Please keep your right palm close to your heart and repeat the pledge after me. As a graduate of Christ University, I promise to uphold the dignity, honor and prestige of this university. I will conduct myself with honesty and integrity, taking responsibility for my actions and respecting the rights, opinions and dignity of all. I will cherish the core values inculcated in me in this temple of learning and will uphold them in the journey of my life. I will use my knowledge, experience and skills to the best of my ability for the advancement of learning, for the well-being of the community, and for public good. I will strive to create a better society with a sense of fairness, social justice, and an environmental responsibility. I will follow the path of righteousness with respect to all ethical considerations, to prove myself a worthy citizen of my country. As I leave the portals of my alma mater, I promise to carry on the good tradition that I belong to in whatever I do, strengthened by the mission and guided by the vision of excellence and service. I take this pledge by reaffirming my faith in God Almighty, who will always be my guiding spirit.
You may please be seated. Hearty congratulations to all the young graduates. Your journey has molded for the greater good. This is the occasion when your hard work, dedication, and sacrifices are finally recognized and rewarded. Today, you're graduated, but never forget what you have learned. With experience comes knowledge. With knowledge and experience comes expertise. The Christ community is thus very pleased and proud to have Dr. Prafulla Agnihotri as our chief guest for the day. Sir, we are positive that your connectivity to us and your interventions and inputs will inspire our new graduates. Sir, I request you to kindly deliver the convocation address.
Honorable Chancellor of Christ University, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Deans, Associate Deans, my friends from faculty members, invited guests, my young graduates, and their proud parents. I'm extremely happy to be over here. As a teacher, in an entire academic curriculum, as well as entire academic circle, or the entire period that you all spend on any campus, the best day is the convocation day, both for students as well as to us, your teachers. We take a lot of efforts to see you all achieving whatever that you have achieved and reaching wherever you have reached today. It's like a farmer who plants the tree, and then comes a time when he sees that tree full of fruits. There is nothing gratifying for a teacher to see his students becoming to young adults and responsible citizens of this country. I heartily congratulate you for achieving this great feat in your life. Congrats are also due to your parents for taking pains and bringing you to this stage where you have become worthy of becoming an alumnus or alumni of this great university. Hearty congratulations to you, ma'am and sirs. When I was watching you and congratulating each one of you, I remembered I went back around 30 to 32 years when I was of your age, and when I also received this degree from Bombay University. I could see the same dreams that I had in myself, and the whole life of mine for especially last 30 years, 32 years, flashed back in front of me. I was like you. Or rather, I was a little different from you. You are all great graduates, very intelligent. I was a very ordinary student. And then I was thinking, when I was watching you, congratulating and shaking hands with each one of you, I was reflecting back on my life. 30 years, how soon they have passed. I thought when Dr. Father Matthew started speaking, and when he started presenting McKinsey report on what is exactly required, the man force, the manpower required, shortage, and so many other skills that are required, I also started wondering what else is required. And then I was wondering what exactly happens when a child passes out of his alma mater and enters his profession. Before I start on that, let me ask you a simple question. What is the ultimate aim for any human being in his or her life? Can you think of any? What is the ultimate aim for any human being? Sorry? I don't know the answers. When I teach in my class, I tell them that my institute pays me only to ask you questions, not to answer the questions. Your answers also will be answered by way of a question. My job is to ask questions, pertinent questions, and let those questions in you, which would make you think. So this is my first question of the day. I'm not going to ask you too many questions, because I'm not asked here to teach you or to take a class. Okay? So that's my first question. What is the ultimate aim for any one of us in life? No one asked me that question when I was of your age. And therefore, like all other graduates, I also went into the same rat race. Okay? No, you must do post-graduation, someone told me. Otherwise, you will not get good job. Okay, I did cost accounting. No, you need an MBA. You got to do MBA. I did MBA. Started my job. Feeling that I had, and I'm sure many of you would have at your age, was to be successful in life, you must earn money. You must be richer. No doubt money is important. That's what someone has defined money as. Money is what money does. Right? And we realize the absence of money more than the presence of it. I have seen both the states. I come from a very modest background, from a lower middle class family. I had to work since the age of 18. There were days when I used to wonder whether I would have money to pay my next term fee. So I have seen absence of money. I have seen the presence of money. And therefore I can see both and speak whatever I am speaking now. Someone said it's not just money, it's the status in the society, what you are, who you are, which car do you drive. That was at my time. Today, it's not which car, which brand, how big is the car. Right? Then someone said, no, that is not sufficient. Where do you live? In Mumbai, there are areas like Malabar Hill, Nepean Sea Road, okay, Curve Parade. I don't know about Bangalore, but you should live there. Your address tells you what you are. People start doing that. Is this the ultimate aim of one's life? To earn money? To earn status? To earn a social position? Or there's something more than that? Which is the ultimate? What is it? Let me reflect on last 31 years and share some of my learnings. They are purely my learnings. You need not agree with me. That's an essential condition of this session. These are purely my learnings, which I follow in my personal life, in my family. I've seen one thing in life, that the best of life's battles are not won by the strongest or the mightiest or by the most intelligent, but by the one who thinks he can. When I say he, I mean she also. Total gender neutrality. Okay. What matters is what you think. If you think you can, you will. If you don't think you can, you will never. In whichever field you may be it game of cricket or be it game of your life. That's the first lesson that I learned. It all starts here, what you're thinking. I've again seen you need few qualities to be successful in life. When I analyze all those who are successful in their lives, this is what I've seen. This is my own learning. What is success? I have found success getting directly related to one's own personality traits, not intellect. It doesn't matter what your IQ is. You need not be genius to be the most successful person in life. What matters is what personality traits you have. And that's what I'm going to compliment to what Dr. Father Matthew said, okay, apart from qualifications and other things. It's not Bill Gates who is the most intelligent in Microsoft. There are many more intelligent persons than what Bill Gates is. But why is Bill Gates more successful than them? That's what if you read some Dr. Daniel Nathaniel, who wrote about emotional intelligence, that's what he says. It's not intelligence, but it's emotional intelligence that is required to be successful in life. Einstein was not considered to be intelligent. In fact, he was asked to leave the school because he could not cope up with basic mathematics and many other subjects. But ultimately, that physicist, who was supposed to be poor in mathematics, shook the world by his mathematical powers, and thereafter considered to be the most intelligent person ever lived on the face of this earth. All you need to be successful in life, that's what I have realized, is a burning desire in whichever profession you may be in. A burning desire to be successful. A burning desire, I'm using the word burning. Okay? A person should become restless. He or she requires a passion in whichever field that you may be in. Without passion, burning desire will not come, and without burning desire, there will not be a passion. Be passionate about what that you want to do. You need honesty. A dishonest person cannot go far off. There are professions, maybe in India, where you can go, and though you are dishonest, you can go there, but I would not term them as professions. We all know which professions I am referring to. You are not groomed for that. There is always a position for an honest person in every field. And for that, you need to be honest to yourself first. Those who are not honest to themselves cannot be honest to anyone else. You must have full faith in what you think, what your beliefs are, what you stand for. People will not trust you if you are not honest. They will discount you. There must be a congruence between what you speak, what you mean, and what you do. If not, you will not be considered as an authentic person. Be authentic in whichever profession you may be in. Stand up for your values, whosoever it may be. I know you all, I have paid price for being authentic. You have to pay price, but without any regrets. Because that's what you stand for your values. Successful people know how to respect others. They respect others. They are humble. When the air goes into your head, your feet are lifted from the ground and you fall faster. Be firmly grounded. Difficulties of the other person. Why did he or she behave the way he or she behaved? Under what circumstances he or she has performed the job? What difficulties he or she has faced? And only then they can bring out changes in the system. So be empathetic. Successful people all are very, very energetic. If you don't have energy, you don't have that fuel to climb the top. There are a few things that I observed and I was noting when Father Matthew started speaking. His thoughts triggered whatever I spoke just now. But one final word I would like to have with you, my dear friends, and that is, remember friends, you are really lucky to get this type of education. You are really lucky to be where you are. There are millions or billions are there out there in our society in India who do not get 2 square meals. There are millions of your age who go to bed every night without proper meals. Compared to them, we all are mightily lucky. We don't have to worry about it. Society has a great expectation from you. They expect you, because of your education, to be ethical. They expect you to lead you by your own example. They expect you that whatever that you do, you will do your best. No country can become a superpower unless generation like you sacrifices yourself in the betterment of the society. I remember I was in Japan a few years ago on a 15 days mission. And in most of the Japanese, they don't understand English. My local host was someone who was 82 years old at that time. He was fluent in English. He used to teach in MIT. And he was an expert on productivity and breakthrough management, as he used to call it. He was taking me in different places, introducing me to different nuances of Japanese culture. But one thing I've seen, he's speaking at least for half a dozen times in those 15 days, and that is, my generation has built Japan. I have built Japan. And I found him emphatically saying that he had great honor, whenever great pride he used to carry in saying what that he used to say. And it was a fact. It was that generation which has sacrificed. And that is why that country, a small tiny country like Japan, which has literally emerged from ashes. I understand that there was no able-bodied person alive after the 2 atomic bomb explosions. And that country was totally rebuilt by invalids. Either they were very old or they were very young. Because no person within this, between 15 to 65, was alive, because everyone was dead fighting the war. And they rebuilt that nation. We need to do that. Our task is similar. You have to do that. Keep your standards high. And keep raising that bar again and again, again and again. One small note, word of caution. Today's world is highly competitive. It's a rat race. I feel happy sometimes when I see I came out of this industry and joined academics. I could pursue my hobby as profession. As a result, when I go back home at the end of the day, I go back happy. I don't have to carry blood pressure in my veins or cholesterol in my heart or diabetes in my blood, because I'm happy. The happiness of mind is connected to the well-being of your body and overall peace of your mind. And that's what we must aim at. Remember, you are entering a very competitive era. You are expected to work for 24 hours, and at the end of the day, you have to say, oh, there should have been a couple of more hours. I could have completed something more. So, please do look after yourself. Okay? Find a fine balance between work and your personal life. Invest into some hobbies. Hobbies trigger or suck out all the stress, all the anxieties that you will have. Okay? Do exercise and cultivate good habits. It is absolutely a must for your generation. I feel sad when I remember this, and the reason why I say this, because 3 brilliant students of mine, died in their 20s. due to some element of either heart or stress or whatever. That's not the age to die. And that's simply because they were too workaholic, working with some foreign bank. Those were the days when there were investment banks, and investment banker used to have tremendous stress and pressure, and they would keep working. They would keep wondering, how can I make my organization richer and richer? In the process, they never realized the harm that they were making to themselves. And therefore, I always say to all my graduating students, I say this: invest into yourself. Invest into quality time for yourself. Maintain a fine balance between your life, personal life and work life. Look after your own and your parents' well-being. Do not forget their contribution in your life, friends. If your parents had not struggled, if your parents had not sacrificed, you would not have been where you are right now, what you are right now. Do not forget their debts. You will always remain indebted to them, whatever you may become. You are just a student today, you are just a graduate today. You will become a big banker tomorrow. You may work in somewhere in New York, Frankfurt, Singapore, anywhere else in the world. But still you will remain indebted to your parents. It is one such debt that no one can ever repay. It is one such debt that one has it is the richest person, and one who doesn't has it is a bankrupt. So remember the contribution that your parents have made in you, and respect that forever. Lastly, before I come to close, let me sum up what I said. Remember, friends, it's not the balloon that goes up. It's the hot air in the balloon that takes it up. Similarly, if you want to go up in your life, in whichever profession that you have chosen, remember there is only one word that will summarize whatever that I have said today. Your attitude, your positive attitude will take you there. Okay? I wish you all a great success. A great success in your life. Be happy. God bless you. Thank you.
Our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Father Thomas Aikara, is the motivational force and the steering voice behind the incredible growth of our institution. Father, I humbly request you to address the gathering.
Distinguished Chief Guest, Dr. Prafulla Agnihothri, dear Dr. Thomas C. Matthew, our Vice Chancellor, respected dignitaries on the dais, dear Mr. Yugno Broi, the President of Christ University Alumni Association, my dear graduates, their parents, invitees, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm immensely happy and really proud, I should say, to join you all in this solemn annual function of the Convocation. It is my pleasant privilege to congratulate all the graduates of the day for their great success and achievements. I have all the reasons to be happy and proud today, as you have realized one of your four dreams. You have realized, I would say, only one of your dreams. Please do keep on dreaming. Once you stop dreaming, your creativity slowly gets stagnant. Your performance will turn out to be poor and unproductive. Please do bear in mind. So Chief Guest so beautifully put it, a man of dreams a man of thoughts, he said, can make the impossible a possible. Nothing is impossible for such people who can think rightly, creatively. There is an inner power in your dreams that can empower you incessantly, motivate you very positively, and keep you moving creatively. Do keep on having creative dreams. Sustain, strengthen, and cherish the self-confidence that you have attained during your studies here at this university. Whenever I attended the programs here at Christ here, I always felt so happy to observe the wonderful self-confidence our students had. While you are joyful and proud today, you are bound to be grateful. Grateful to God Almighty, the supporting, the sustaining, and to my mind, the accompanying presence in our day-to-day life. Grateful to your beloved parents who keep you always very, very close to your hearts. Your parents who work for you and for your bright future. You also have to be grateful to your teachers who helped you to open your inner eyes, who helped you to think systematically. Let's not forget, you are what your thoughts are. Very important. You are what your thoughts are. So they have helped you to think systematically, to study comprehensively, to evaluate correctly different data and daily events. Teachers who helped you to set the right priority of values in your life. Grateful to your alma mater that stood by you all, always, in all its curricular and co-curricular activities, trying to nurture a mature Christ-like culture. Please do remember, thousands of students fervently wanted to study at this university, but, I say but, they could not. You are the select few. Hence, while you are proud, you have to be really grateful to your alma mater. Christ-like culture is indeed an ever-vibrant culture with its commendable core values, with its basic vision of inclusiveness and openness, inclusiveness and integration, a Christ-like culture with a strong social commitment and nation building, a Christ-like culture with its global networking and world-class ambience, above all, a Christ-like culture that instills in you a strong self-confidence, developing a clear awareness of the power of your own identity, enabling you all to face your life positively and creatively. This is indeed the core and goal of education for which we all spend our time and energy. Do continue to live this valuable Christ-like culture and always try to be in future an eloquent ambassador of Christ University and its values, eloquent by your life. (2015) is declared to be the year of light and light-related technologies. Let our education with its core values, leading to an enlightening self-awareness, enkeyed into the light within us, helping us to tap the light-related technologies is my sincere wish for you. On this happy occasion, let us not forget that India lives in her young generation. India has the largest youth population the world over. Age group between 15 and 34 makes 35% of the whole population. My dear graduates, this is your era. Please do note that there are many who are extremely successful at a very young age. In some sense, what one should have attained at 50s and 60s is attained today in their 20s. I have a feeling that there are several young billionaires in this era of ours. To mention a few, Facebook co-founder Mark Zuckerberg, CEO and co-founder of Snapchat Ivan Spiegel, and the founder of a blood testing company Theranos, Elizabeth Holmes. Only a few examples. Let us be grateful in acquiring wealth and at the same time be generous in giving. Youngsters are really crazy about startups. Last week, I hope you all remember, the world was really shocked when the CEO of Housing.com, Rahul Yadav declared that rupees 200 crores worth shares he has in his company was to be distributed among all the employees of his own company. What was perhaps more shocking about this 26-year-old IIT dropout was his comment after the historic gifting away of all his shares. I quote, "It is too early for me to get serious about money." He continues, "If something does not exist, build it yourself. And if it does not work, move on. Keep moving. You will have money on your way. You will have fame on your way. You will have followers and admirers on your way. Do not stop by that. Always think that you have miles to go before you sleep." Let me conclude my short message by quoting Mark Twain. Many of us in our teens thought that we were really knowledgeable. When we are in our early 20s, we start feeling that there are others who are better knowledgeable. This graduation helps us to be more humble and open. I would say great people are grateful people. Great people are open. And finally, great people to my mind are really humble. Let today's graduation make you all really joyful, profoundly grateful, and strongly motivate you all to march on. Please do march on, keeping close to your hearts the cherished values of Christite culture. Once again, my hearty congratulations to all the graduates, to their parents and teachers. Wish you all God's abundant blessings. Thank you.
Christ University has a vibrant alumni association, ably led by Mr. Jugno Oberoi. His team works tirelessly to keep each outgoing Christite connected to the institution. May I request Mr. Jugno Oberoi, the President of the Christ University Alumni Association, to felicitate the new graduates.
By God, too many speakers for my graduation. When will this fat guy be over so that we can click pictures with our batchmates and parents? Yes, this is exactly what I was thinking way back in this campus during my graduation too. Only at that time we took black and white pictures, and that too our batchmates were all guys. Yep, sadly, it was not a co-ed college in my years. While today you have these charming ladies dressed in their best, plus added to that, you take colored pictures. Jealous? Surely I am. That's why when I met Father Curiel, the principal, who introduced co-ed in this campus in 1987, I asked him, "Father, why were you so harsh with us that we had an all-boys college? Plus, that's why I had to go across the sea to Singapore to find my wife." Father smiled and replied, "Jugnu, during your time and the batches that followed you, we found the students' attendance was going down while the attendance outside the gates of Mount St. Jyotinivas was going up. Hence, we thought it best to bring both Mounts and Jyotinivas into our campus. Added to my troubles, while I was seated below, Father VC sent me a note. "Jugnu, we have a huge traffic blockade outside the gates due to a breakdown, so please keep talking till the traffic clears." Sent back a reply and asked, "Father, on what should I talk?" He said, "As far as I am interested, you may run even an algebra class if you like." So my Christites, lend me your ears. I stand before you as a terrified teacher, but a proud Christite. I think I better rush back to my few hours of speech before Father Varghese finds me for spoiling the fine decorum of this august function. Our ever youthful and humble Chancellor in Dr. Reverend Father Thomas Aikra, guest of honor, Dr. Agnihotri, Director of IMM, the commanding officer of today's passing out regiment, Honorary Colonel of the Indian Armed Forces, Reverend Father Dr. C. Thomas, every Christite's bodyguard and friend in Father Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Abraham, the Principal of Christ Junior College, Father Sebastian, respected fathers, Dr. Anil, the fine gentleman in registrar, every student's enemy as he refuses to give us any grace marks, Controller of Examination, Professor Johnny Joseph. Our strength in this university, deans, HODs, faculties, and non-teaching staff, happy parents, invitees, ladies and gentlemen, and above all, my today's proud fellow graduating battalion of Christites. My namaskarams, walaikum salam, sat sri akal, and a very good evening to one and all. Graduation Day is an event which every student looks forward to, for it's today one changes from a youth to a man, to a girl, from a girl to a woman ready to face the challenging worlds on their own feet. I recall my graduation over 40 years back, and remember we too had some fine speakers giving us sound advice, and advice which many of us took into our pathway of life, where it helped us build our future. This day, you have also received some great advice from speakers before me, and I urge you all to keep it in mind. Let me, now as your senior, add a small bit to their thoughts. I'm not going to remind you that your tomorrow needs hard work, etc., as I'm sure with your years in this college that has been grilled into every Christite. At the outset, I carry the greetings of thousands of your fellow Christites who have walked out of this institution with their heads held high. Today, I just wish to remind you of two very important aspects in our life, which we tend to forget, that we are Indians first, and our culture is still appreciated by the West. We are trying to ape them. As we grow, we not only tend to forget, but we also do not give them the due respect which society and we need to give. The first is a fraternity which is treated like the oldest profession in this world. I'm pained to hear students tell me, but sir, I paid my fees, so why care or remember them? Let's not forget, they have given us all their wealth of knowledge. No money can buy this wealth. For if it was so, each one of us would have been a Bill Gates or a Narayan Murthy. Yes, friends, I am thinking about our teachers. Today, I will share a true story of a student and his teacher. The student is yours truly, Jugnu, and the teacher is my third standard school teacher called Mrs. David. I did my schooling at Baldwin's Boys, Bangalore. Mrs. David was my class teacher in third standard when I should have been 10 years or so and around 15 kgs in weight. I had not seen her since leaving school over 45 years back, though remembered she was a very pretty lady whom we all adored. A few years back, the principal of Baldwin's invited some senior alumni to request us to plan an event as the school was celebrating its 125 years. So we seniors, around 10 heads, formed a corps and planned to hold a ball at the Leela Hotel called Down Memory Lane. In this group was Akash Rayal, the director of Bethany High School, also a fellow Christite. We became good friends, and I came to know that Mrs. David was his mother. As we had to meet regularly, we 10 suggested each one of us host a dinner meet. So when Akash's turn came, he offered to host us at his school. It gave us an opportunity to see his school. Plus, I told him I would love to meet my teacher and his mother too. The day dawned. We met in his office, and after the meeting, proceeded to the boys' dining room for dinner, where his mother, Mrs. David, was welcoming each one of us. Please, my friends, hear this part of the story. When my turn came, Akash told his mother, "Ma, this is one of your students. Do you recognize him?" For 5 seconds, she looked into my face and addressed me with a name. Immediately Akash said, "No, Ma, this is Jugnu. You may have forgotten him, as it's so long back you had taught him." I stopped Akash and said, "You're wrong, my friend. My teacher has addressed me by my correct legal name, a name which today only my bankers and auditors know, an official name with which I sign my checks. Jugnu is my pet name. After my education, somewhere it got stuck both in my private and official circle." Christites, the same was repeated to me 15 years back when I honored my teacher, Benny Sir, who taught me economics in the year 1969 at this college. He too addressed me by that name. What I am trying to stress is, here is a fraternity who, like our parents, never ever forget each one of their students. Then why do we not give them the respect just by dropping back into college and tell them the plant they have watered has given fruit? You will see a joy of happiness in their eyes. As you may be aware, our Alumni Association holds a full day of fun and carnival for the teaching and non-teaching staff called Fun Fiesta every year. When we distribute gifts, run games for them. This year, it's being held on the 4th of July. I'm giving you, passing out graduates, an opportunity to present a personal gift to any of your favorite faculty. If so, do leave it in the central block reception with your name of your teacher, your mobile number, and on 4th, we will invite you to personally present it to them and take a selfie for remembrance. Or better still, leave a gift back for the backup staff, like the security who made your stay in this campus safe, the maid who kept our college look like Singapore, or the one who kept your toilet spick and span. Come, join me in thanking this fraternity, for even our scriptures tell us we bow to our gurus first, then the Lord above. My Christites, later part of this evening, I urge you to spend by partying with your friends. A glass of beer or wine is also fine. As you will shortly bid farewell to your benchmate of the last few years, for you do need to celebrate the last 15 years of your hard work which you have put in to reach today's function. But before that, go home. Thank that old couple as your youngsters address your parents. Carry a card, a rose, or a chocolate, or give them a jadu ki jappi, or just say those 2 words, thank you, and take their blessings for walking the distance with you in the last 20 years of your growth. Do recall, just at a drop of a hat, you've asked your dear mother to wake you up at 4 a.m. to study for an exam, and the poor lady tosses and turns the whole night in fear that she may miss the alarm, wakes up much earlier, makes you that hot cup of coffee, and repeatedly tries to wake you up. Remember the number of times your dear father quietly kept back his necessities so that you could buy and enjoy some luxury during your time in college. If possible, do tell them you will guide them in the twilight years. My fellow Christites, I do not recall if I've said these words to my parents, and even today I long to say it. But unfortunately, fate has separated us. Let history not be repeated with you. Here, my friends, I leave your thoughts with a touching story. After his father's death, the son decided to leave his mother at an old age home, where he visited her off and on. One day, he received a call from the home saying, "Your mother is very serious. Come and visit her immediately." So the son went and saw that his mother was very critical and on a dying bed. He asked his mother, "What can I do for you?" Mother replied, "Please, can you install fans in this old age home, as there are none? Also, can you put a fridge for the betterment of food? Because many a times I have slept without food." The son was surprised and asked, "Mother, while you were here, you never complained, but now you have just a few hours left. Why are you telling me this?" "Why?" She replied, "It's okay, dear. I have managed the heat, the hunger, and the pain. But when your children send you here, I am afraid you will not be able to bear it." My Christites, this is every parent who even in the last breath will always remember you. Then why don't we give them the love and the respect they deserve? I can go on and on giving you many a story of misdeed, but time is not with me today. Our Prime Minister has called us for a change. I, as your President, appeal to you to lead the change in ourselves, and let's give both these fraternities the love and respect they deserve. In the lighter tone, coming back to your alumni association, I do hope each of you have registered in our webpage. It's free of cost. And through it, you will be able to keep in touch with the activities of the association as well as the updates happening at the university campus. I also invite any of you youngsters to join my core team and help us bring the association to a greater level. Do mail me if you're keen to be a part of my team. Some of our activities, like the just concluded scholarship for needy Christites, is very close to my heart. The Fun Fiesta, a day for faculty and staff, is on 4th July, which will be followed by the health camp for everyone on the campus. Our AGM is in October, followed by the Alumni Family Day on 26th January, where over a few thousand will gather in the same auditorium, followed by dinner. I seem to have crossed my time, but before I bid you all the best, would like to share a poem which my late father gave me on the day I graduated. For even when I am alone today, I do read it, for it reminds me that I and I alone have to face the problem. He called it an odd philosophy of life. Man comes into this world without his consent, leaves it against his will, and while on earth, he is misguided and misunderstood. In infancy, he is an angel. In boyhood, he is a devil. And in manhood, he is a fool. If he has a wife and children, he is a chum. If he is a bachelor, he is inhuman and mean. If he enters a public house, he is a drunkard. And if he stays out of it, he is a miser. If he is poor, he has no brains. If he is rich, he has all the luck in the world and is a crook. If he has IQ, he is too smart. If he goes to the temple, he is an hypocrite. And if he stays away, he is a sinner. If he gives charity, it's for advertisement. And if he does not, he's stingy. When he comes into this world, everybody wants to kiss him. Before he leaves this world, everybody wants to kick him. If he dies young, he has a great future. If he lives to a ripe old age, everybody hopes he has made a will. It is therefore impossible to please everybody. So do your duty and be fearless. Use your common sense, which is so uncommon. And if you make mistakes, it's better than doing nothing. Hence, keep smiling. Nobody wants to hear about your troubles of others, as they have wagon loads of their own. Before I sign off, I just wish to say, mere dost, kabhi alvida mat kehna. The gates of Christ College are always open for its alumni. God bless you. Godspeed. Jai Hind.
Now that's what we call a splendid and ever-surviving Christite spirit. As you walk out of the portals of this institution, rest assured that you will be missed. This occasion is also to cherish and reminiscence the time that you have spent in the university. I now present our student representative, Mr. Anto Philip from BCom Honors, unveiling his life at Christ University.
I request all of you to close your eyes for a moment, please. Every one of you, please close your eyes. Now think of the day that you first walked into this campus. Walking past that gate, entering a whole new world of knowledge and experience. With innumerable dreams, several challenges, worries, confusions, joy, anxiety, and a life ahead to conquer. 3 years from then, we walk down the same stairs, wearing caps of achievement, gowns of contentment, and a certificate that reflects an experience of a lifetime. We are now managers, CEOs, entrepreneurs, musicians, creators, innovators, and makers. I request all of you to open your eyes. This is real. We are graduates. A big round of applause to the graduating batch and all my dear friends present here. Warm greetings to one and all present here, respected dignitaries on and off the dais, beloved teachers, guests, parents, and my dear Christites. My friend Theodore Roosevelt once said, "In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing is the wrong thing. And the worst thing to do is to do nothing." As a student, we all go through 3 stages in our college life. Starting with the confused stage where we enter this campus, we're all very confused as to what's going to happen, which course am I in, am I doing the right thing? And then we move into the second stage where we realize that this is it. I think I found what I like. This is where I fall in love. This is where I probably understand that this is my core expertency and go forward. And then you come to the climax. And this is the climax. The day where we all come together to say that these 3 years have been fruitful by graduating from this university. We started this journey 3 years back, and Christ University has molded each and every one of us and helped us to challenge ourselves to prove our mettle. We have many different classes going on and different people present here, but most importantly, our classes are not just from 9 to 4. How can I forget our CIAs and our research projects that we have after? Those days when we go for our certificate courses, which were a pure treat for us to explore and widen our segmented knowledge. Every student has umpteen number of opportunities and facilities to explore. And hence, art every day at Christ University is a celebration of talent. It is where we started. It is where we learned to make our mistakes. It is where we experimented. It is where we learned to unleash our limitations. It was not too long ago, I'm sure you might remember this, that we ran from one block to another for practices after college to be a part of the best dance teams or music teams, to win Darpan and Blossoms and In Bloom, where we trained hard to be a part of CRISPO and Pedagogic League and be the best, where we did those overnight reports and researched all day to bring the overalls to our departments. All these are just mere memories, for which we will now be grateful to our alma mater. And most importantly, we have these wonderful organizations in our college, starting from CSA to SWO, CUCA, a bunch of other organizations which have molded us and helped us be who we are. My classmates and my department have played a huge role in making me who I am. And as I stand today, well, apart from the many things that happen in classrooms and those benches, I'm sure most of us and every one of us sitting here will miss those honey buns, those 5-minute samosa and Bejoy's breaks, the food court madness, the practices, the fests, the Maggie bowls, the momos and the spicy sauce, the guards who keep an eye on us all the time, those breathtaking moments at Juicy's. And how can I forget the yummy super rolls and just shawarmas right outside? This has been our journey. We wrote the pages in it. And every book is as different as it can get. But this place is what made it happen. To our lovely parents seated right up there, being seated and to see your loved ones walk up here and see them graduate is a dream. But you know what's better? To see that happen from one of the best universities in the country. You have made the best choice, and we for this day and forever will make you proud. To our teachers, we could say 1,000,000 words of gratitude, but it wouldn't be 1% of what you've done for us. Thank you for being selfless and making us who we are in your own ways. And most importantly, thank you for putting up with us. Can we have a big round of applause for those lovely teachers of ours? To our management, all that I mentioned above is merely due to the constant dedication and devotion and flawless execution of our management. We are privileged to be a part of this state-of-the-art facilities and, of course, a great infrastructure. I mean, just look around. Where are we sitting? We are sitting in one of India's best auditoriums, and who provided us? Our very own management. A big round of applause to our management who've made things happen by always following excellence in service. And now to the hardest part of my speech. To you, my batchmates. We part our ways today. For many of us, we don't even know when we're going to meet next. No, I'm not getting senti. We will change, we will evolve. We will carry a brand that's called a Christite. And we should live up to this. But most importantly, my dear Christites, my dear batchmates, I leave you with this. And though we change with time, the Christite spirit survives. Thank you so much. Anto Phillips signing off, 1210805. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause for everyone making this happen. Lovely batchmates and our lovely parents up there. Thank you so much.
Your schooling may be over, but remember that your education still continues. You can achieve whatever you want to. All you got to do is believe that you can, just as we have believed in you. May God hold you in the hollow of His hand. This is precisely what the university choir wants to convey through this farewell song.
Check. Check. Check.
Check, check, check.
impact of the song, with the permission of the Chancellor, I have the pleasure of declaring the formal part of the convocation ceremony closed. As we come to the close of this formal ceremony, we have a lot of people to be thanked for making this evening a memorable one. I now request Ms. Preeti Gopalakrishnan, Faculty of Professional Studies, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Dignitaries on and off the days, students, parents, invitees, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Let me first begin by thanking God for enabling us to assemble here for this August ceremony. I congratulate all the students who have been conferred their much coveted degrees and ushered into the Distinguished League of Graduates. As we come to the fag end of this program, I wish to thank all those who have made this Convocation 2015 an event to remember. Firstly, I wish to thank our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Father Thomas Aikara, who himself is a distinguished educationist, for presiding over this function. Father, your towering personality and words of wisdom have inspired all of us to pursue a path of righteousness like a guiding beacon. We shall remain ever grateful to you for showering your blessings on our students and conferring on them the academic distinction. Thank you, Father. We deem it an honor to have amongst us Dr. Prafulla Agnihotri, Founder Director, Indian Institute of Management, Trichy, an eminent academician himself, as our chief guest. Thank you, sir, for taking out valuable time to be amongst us and felicitating our students. Your convocation address was not only captivating, but also a tremendous source of inspiration for our students. May I now request our respected Vice Chancellor to present a memento as a mark of our respect to Dr. Prafulla Agnihotri. Our beloved Vice Chancellor, Dr. Father Thomas C. Matthew, has always been a personification of passion and compassion. He stands like a rock of Gibraltar behind all our expeditions. Father, your motivating words and encouraging gestures have facilitated our students to undertake and culminate their academic journey. I'll take this opportunity to profusely thank you for your stewardship. Thank you. We often take for granted the very people who most deserve our gratitude. I'm immensely thankful for the Board of Management, Dr. Father VM, Pro Vice Chancellor, our Registrar, our Controller of Examinations, Father Verghese, our Chief Finance Officer, Mr. Jugnu Oberoi, President Alumni Association of Christ University, our respected fathers, deans, associate deans, directors, head of our departments, faculty members, special invitees, and other dignitaries for their gracious presence and valuable patronage in organizing this ceremony. Above all, though, I wholeheartedly thank our dear students, the strength of our university, and the prime focus of today's event. They are the ones who have toiled very hard to reach this pinnacle of success. I would also wish to thank the parents present here today, whose support, prayers, and sacrifice has been instrumental in ensuring that their children stand here today as proud graduates. I'm extremely thankful to our omnipresent support staff, Mr. Rajan and his team, our Student Welfare Office, our NCC cadets, our choir, and scores of student volunteers who have thrown in their might in the orderly conduct of this convocation ceremony. The best prayer is one of thanks, they say. On that note, I thank one and all and wish you a very wonderful evening ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. As we come to the close of the proceedings this evening, I request you to kindly stand for the national anthem. Kindly remain standing as the dignitaries leave the auditorium. We have the registrar leading the procession of the dais, followed by the controller of examinations, the Honorable Chancellor, our chief guest for the day, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, the Associate Deans, heads and coordinators of departments. Graduates are reminded to return the robes to the allotted classrooms as you exit the auditorium. Parents and special invitees kindly follow the instructions of the volunteers. Parents and other invitees are requested to exit the auditorium and wait outside this block. In my closing remarks, let me congratulate the graduates and thank you in advance as you leave this ceremony today with a duty to uphold the values and culture in which you have been nurtured.